Mastering miracles as we manifest our dreams, we are people on a mission with the vision so clear. Our purpose is aligned as we bring our national miracle area to fruition. We believe bigger as we elevate our consciousness. We are record breakers free, cart drivers, diamond and bumblebee earners. Rejected in the first 48 is a must, and gold medal, well, that's just our norm. We believe that miracles really do happen as we release our angels from within. Debuting as an inner circle national area, pink Cadillac, pink Escalade. Let me introduce you to the miracle area. Mastering miracles as we manifest our dreams, we are people on a mission with the vision so clear. Our purpose is aligned as we bring our national miracle area to fruition. We believe bigger as we elevate our consciousness. We are record breakers free, cart drivers, diamond and bumblebee earners. Rejected in the first 48 is a must, and gold medal, well, that's just our norm. We believe that miracles really do happen as we release our angels from within. Debuting as an inner circle national area, pink Cadillac, pink Escalade. Let me introduce you to the miracle area. Mastering miracles as we manifest our dreams, we are people on a mission with the vision so clear. Our purpose is aligned as we bring our national miracle area to fruition. We believe bigger as we elevate our consciousness. We are record breakers free, cart drivers, diamond and bumblebee earners. Rejected in the first 48 is a must, and gold medal, well, that's just our norm. We believe that miracles really do happen as we release our angels from within. Debuting as an inner circle national area, pink Cadillac, pink Escalade. Let me introduce you to the miracle area. Hello, hello. How y'all doing? Somebody said, oh, yes. I love it. Y'all like that chant? That's me on there. I made that up too. I am Inez K. Jones, your hostess with the mostest tonight. And I'm so excited to be here with y'all today. I am, as some of you may know, we're wrapping up this year. I mean, this year flew by. So we have the second and fourth Mondays in November and December only. And we will be making it happen. Hello, Jennifer. Let us know where you're watching from. And if you are a guest watching this evening, we also would like to know that. And so you put the diamond down because our guests are diamonds. And so comment with the diamond that lets us easily identify who are our guests on with us this evening. And a little bit about me. My background is in education. As an administrator for Chicago Public Schools, I actually wrote the handbook on how to keep students on track to graduate from high school on time for all the high schools in the city of Chicago. And they are still graded on that on their school report cards from the district for freshmen on track. And then I was the first to do research and action-based research on sophomore on track. So excited about that and that it's still continuing. I have been in Mary Kay for 12 years and a director for most of those. And I am loving that this business is flexible. I shared last month on our live show that I'm having a baby. I ain't gonna stand up now because this green screen's doing its own thing, but you can watch the replay and the video from last time that we shared. So I'm super excited. And with that being said, that means we're gonna be taking a hiatus in January 2023 as I adjust to becoming a new mom and a first-time mom. So I am super excited. Oh, I see we got a Facebook user, Director Joanne Jameson from Burlington, North Carolina. Well, hello, sister. Thank you for tuning in. And if your unit is watching, please do have them invite guests. I want this to be beneficial to everyone in the Mary Kay world. And our lovely translator is translating in Spanish. So for my Spanish speakers, you have to check the comments of the YouTube channel or my independent Mary Kay Facebook page. That's where you will see the comments. We don't put them across the screen because it's a whole lot to translate all this real time. Hello or hola to our other Facebook user who is tuned in. And so we are, I was telling y'all about me, so let me finish. And so I started this business originally while I was working for Chicago Public Schools as an administrator. I was also working part-time for the University of Chicago, which is my alma mater. And I was running for a pageant. I was the first Miss Black Hyde Park, and I am also a pageant coach. I've helped several women to earn crowns. And then I was, at the time, singing the national anthem um, occasionally for the White Sox, and I was just super duper busy because at nighttime I was getting my Master's of Education in Spanish, which is why you always see me incorporate Spanish because it is my second language. Um, and so I love that you're able to work this business and flex it into your schedule. And that even though I was super duper busy, I was able to just fit it into the nooks and crannies. And oh, y'all see my nails? Y'all know I love my nail game. I got them ready for my baby shower, y'all. I'm doing Monopoly thing. Super excited. I know y'all are like a part of my life and extension. So we are getting ready for that. And she says, congratulations on the new baby. I'm happy for you. Thank you. Thank you. And I think that's to the director, Joanne Jameson, talking there. And so without further ado, we're going to get this party on the road. But I always seem like I forget to give y'all like my story. Thank you, Jennifer. And let's see, make sure I got through that. So I started Mary Kay super duper part time originally, and then I just continued to work the business. And honestly, I just did what my director told me to do. And before I knew it, I was promoted, and I was, on my way to directorship and free car myself. And so it does pay. And I showed up to everything. Let me say that I showed up to everything. Like I literally scheduled it in. We had meetings, and at that time we had meetings 3 times a week. So for all y'all with only once a week meetings, y'all better go get to y'all meetings, Mary Kay Consultants, okay? Because we met 3 times a week: Tuesdays, Thursday evenings, and Saturday mornings. And those were the only days I worked my Mary Kay business. I literally built it from that. In between, on lunch, I would, text message to book and confirm guests, people that I had met, maybe out and about, or different customers. Thank you. And so I then just kept it going. And so I've kind of been a part of it ever since. Even when I got sick and real sick and had to go to Mayo Clinic and everything, took a step back, I was able to come back and get my same position in leadership and actually more pay. And so there's not too many places where you can, let it go and then come back and get even more money when you come back with the title. So I just love this. She said, those who show up, go up. Oh, it's so true. It's so true. And so I just love that this business is flexible. And so as I'm, transitioning and, readjusting, taking a step back from some things, I'm just grateful for this community and this family and all of my people watching. And we have a few on with us live, but we get thousands of replays. It always amazes me. And so I know that a lot of people watch this later. Tonight, our topic is date night, actually. And so I had my beautiful sister, who's feeling better this time, come on. And she's going to actually be our fill-in for the evening and help us to do a date night glam look. I'm always amazed. She's my baby sister. And she does this makeup thing better than me. And I'm like, girl, listen, you come on the show and show them how to do it too. And so I asked her to kind of show you the basic kind of like work look that you can kind of build from. So like if you just came from work and you had your work makeup on, which is usually a little lighter than what your date night makeup will be, then you can just make your date night appropriate. And so we're going to go ahead and bring on Mawani Bay and welcome you and let them know a little bit about you. I think we didn't even do that last time because you weren't feeling well. We went right into everything.
Well, my name is Mo. I am 21 years old and I am currently working to get my master's degree in social work, and I work part-time as well. I live in Georgia right now, and yeah, those are things that I've got going on right now. So I'm actually in my makeup for my internship today. I work as a school-based mental health therapist for my internship. So this is what it looks like for me when I get ready in the mornings. This is what I look like all day. So I'll just go and give you all a little basic run through on the things that I use in the morning, because that is pretty much what my base is right now. And then I'm going to kind of build off of that. Date night doesn't have to be super complicated, but we're going to go a little heavier than we did last time. So this morning I started off always on a clean face, unless you're rushing and changing into date night, but always initial makeup on a clean face if you have the time and the ability to do so. Even if it doesn't mean that you washed it with soap, like as long as you have like, bare skin, go ahead and clean it with water or, your favorite Mary Kay cleanser. I love the Naturally line, and I swear by that natural oil. It is the best. So after I washed my face, I went in with some primer, which we're going to use some more of before I get going into the rest of it. But this is always what I start with. For work or my internship, I don't do too much on the like foundation portion. It's mostly just concealer for me. So if I've had a late night or I stayed up late doing homework or just generally tired and have those dark bags, I go in and I do a little bit of color correcting. I shared this tip before, but I love to go in with the Orange Mio, and I'm pretty sure this color is no longer, but you can use anything that's like a matte red, a matte orange. Roma Red is also a really good one. This is not it. Roma Red is also really good if you need to. These are like my two color correcting lipsticks. Of course you can use them as regular lipstick, but I love going in with this underneath my concealer. I went ahead and I used our what is this? The Precision Brow Liner in Dark Brunette for my eyebrows. Cleaned it up with some more concealer. And then I used the brow gel to slick them in place and keep them all day, which is what you get, guys. I've been out my house since 8:30 this morning, and it is 8:15 where I'm at now, and this is what my work face still looks like. All thanks to this finishing spray. Y'all, this finishing spray is the truth. That combined with the translucent powder, oh my gosh, we're going to get into it, ladies. I went in with mascara because falsies kind of suck during the day. Nobody wants to do that.
Hey Mo, we got a couple of comments, so I'm gonna pop in here. I see Chelsea is saying hello, so we want to make sure we say hello to our viewers. And I gotta ask you a couple more questions, but you went right into the product. It's okay, no worries, no worries. We'll get back to it. And I'm glad you offered the substitute for the Orange Meal in case there's some consultants that don't have that one in stock. I did love that one. But the next question I have for you is, why did you decide to start your own Mary Kay business? You started when you were 18, I think, originally, and then you went back and forth a little bit. But I love that you kind of always kept it and you stay true to the products, and so through college and everything. So go ahead and answer that question for us.
So I started my Mary Kay business when I was 18. Because I've been watching my sister do this forever. I always wanted to be into makeup. I always played in her makeup. Whether she was mad or not, I didn't care. That's what and I just loved the way that it made me feel, and I really took to it when I got into high school and I started learning how to seriously do my own makeup. And I just knew that it was something I was passionate about, feeling pretty, enhancing your features without covering up who you are was always a big deal to me. And having the flexibility of being able to be in school and have my business on the side, I wasn't forced to work a traditional 9 to 5. I was able to, just, do it when I had time. And even outside of that, if you didn't have time, the benefits, like who doesn't want half off makeup products? Because I know I run through this stuff like crazy. Like, look at this, y'all. I'm almost out of this. There's nothing left. I used it all this morning off my brow liner. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah. So those are the main reasons why, and just the general love of wanting to spread that beauty and that clear skin, that feeling of just being fresh and being able to do whatever you wanted to other women.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And so thank you, thank you, thank you. And you talked about a little bit about what you did with your skin tone as well, right? With your skin
Yeah.
this morning.
So
Okay, good.
we did some color correcting for under eye because I was tired this morning, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but Mondays can be rough. So, yes, I went in and I did the color correcting with my Orange Mio. That's my girl, my favorite. As y'all could tell, this is pretty much, I use this strictly for color correcting. So it's got a little bit of concealer. I'm actually going to pop some of this on.
Yeah, 1 second before you go into that, because I always tell them like skincare is so important. So we have a couple of videos to show some makeup, some skincare, but also I think that's one of the reasons you don't need to use the foundation as much is because of the fact that you've been on the Mary Kay skincare regimen for so long. And so I do want to point that out. And it's, no judgments if you want to use foundation or not. Like even today, I don't have a foundation either. Like I don't have a foundation or concealer actually. So, and so I think that, you kind of get a little spoiled because our skin is so great, but that's because we use the skincare. So remember to use the skincare first. Ask your beauty consultant, what regimen is best for you. We have our beautiful skin analyzer app, which is one of my favorites. We might show that video later if we can pull it from the archives. But the skin analyzer app is just it's an app you can download on your cell phone, okay? And it will take a picture of your skin. You should do it without makeup on, so it can do a literal skin analysis of your skin, and it'll tell you your problem areas. It'll tell you what's good. It'll tell you what can use some work, and then most importantly, it will recommend your skincare regimen with our beautiful, wonderful line of over 2,000 Mary Kay products. Okay, and so that way your consultants can have a really specific regimen for you, and you can share that with your consultant, and they may or may not have a gift for you for sharing it, and that way they can save it in your wish list, and you can, get it all right then, or you can work out a little system where you can get it over time and get the most important things first. And so I do highly, highly recommend that. So we're going to take a minute for some commercials, and then we'll come back and get into the makeup.
Beach side, got diamonds on the skyline. This movie made for two. If I've got the time, then we're doing it right, yeah. Golden, I had plans, but I forgot. Golden, I'll meet you at the usual spot. Yeah, we reaching new heights. Know you feel it too. Everything looks golden. Watching it with you. Everything looks golden. You're my favorite sight, laughing in the moonlight, yeah. Golden. If you forgot the time, then we're doing it right, yeah. Golden. Side by side, starry.
Step 1, snap a selfie. Step 2, get your instant skin analysis report. Step 3, get your personalized consultation from your independent beauty consultant. And last but definitely not least, get your items delivered right to your door. Escape to a one-of-a-kind beauty experience. Discover. Explore. Shop till you drop. Immerse. Next level window shopping. Visit Sweet 13 with your independent Mary Kay beauty consultant today, trademark with Mary Kay, at www.marykay.com/sweet13.
Yes, don't y'all love my voiceovers? I just love it. I just love it. And so that was the skin analyzer app I was telling y'all about. And thank you, tech team, who's the bomb. And thank you. Shout out to all my virtual assistants. Y'all are amazing. And then also, we had the Sweet 13, which is actually one of a kind, brand spanking new, and trademark with Mary Kay, because it is definitely an innovative idea where you can literally just kind of shop like a video game online from your consultant's website. And so if you don't have a beauty consultant, then of course it will link you to someone in your area. But it's a great, great, fun way to shop. And the holidays are coming up, y'all. So you can shop till you drop. And if you want to get some discounts and make some money, you can do it as a consultant. But also, we love, love, love our customers. So, okay, we're going to get back into this date night makeup. So just recap what you had already said before, just in case we got people tuning in right now. And
So
here is the product list that is on the screen too. So you all can see if you did want to follow along, if you want to take a screenshot on your phone. Otherwise, you always can rewind it. Those watching the replay, I know you got to put hashtag replay. But these are the items that she's going to be using. And so I'll let you go ahead and recap, Mo.
for those who are just joining, we are starting with my basic makeup that I wear to my internship or to work every day, and we're transforming it into a date night look. So usually I'm pretty light on the makeup, but you know, sometimes for date night you got to do a little too much. So I already have on primer, although we're going to use some more of this because we're adding a little more makeup. I've used concealer. I have color corrected with my Orange Mio, which is a lipstick that might not be, you might not have it anymore, but if you can't find this from your sales consultant, Roma Red is always a great substitute. I just go a little bit lighter on it because it's definitely a true red. You put that under your eyes or anywhere you have dark spot issues. I know some people have the corners of their mouths, sides of their nose. Wherever you may have issues with dark spots, I just use a light layer of that and I go over it with concealer. I use the Lash Panorama mascara. Y'all know it's my favorite. I'm always vouch for this all day, every day. And I need another one. So, and then finishing spray because this is very, very quick. Oh, I forgot to tell you all about the Precision Brow Liner. Again, one of my favorite products. It's literally gone. It's sad, guys. I need another one. It's so sad. And then I used brow gel to keep them in place all day. So what you all are seeing is what my makeup has looked like since 8:30 this morning, and it's currently 8:24 where I'm at in Georgia right now. So talk about an all day look. So we're gonna go ahead and go in with some primer, and I'm gonna just do a little bit, literally less than half a pea size. You don't need that much, especially if you already have on makeup. I would have done a whole pea size if it was this morning when I was just a little bit more, guys, when I was just getting ready off a fresh face. But this really helps to seal those pores and give you that very clean look. I'm going to use just a touch of Orange Mio because you know how sometimes your mascara might come down on your eye a little bit throughout the day. I don't have much of that, but I have just a touch on this side. So I'll just show you all how I do my color correcting with my Orange Mio and how crazy this is. So I have a little darkness, and I don't want it to be like vibrantly orange like it would if you were going to wear it as a lipstick. I want to diffuse it and blend it out. I use the tip of my finger to do this because this is such a sensitive spot of your eye and your skin. You don't want to use too much to tug on it, so I just pat gently to blend it out with my pinky finger. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer. A little goes a long way. This is such a full coverage concealer. And I always make a little line upwards because this is going to help me lift my eye up. I don't really need as much over here, but I don't need color correcting at least, but I'm definitely going to make my concealer match on both sides because we love symmetry. So now with that, I'm going to go in with a beauty blender. We love beauty blenders. They will save your life. The beauty sponges do it every time. If you don't want to fully soak your sponge, because I know that can be frustrating for some people, and then for some products you might need a dry sponge, you would just use like a little bit of makeup finishing spray to wet the tip like I've done with this, and you can just use that. And plus the finishing spray helps really set everything in. So I'm just blending in my concealer now. And we always pat up and out because we're trying to lift. Keep that wide awake look all night. And as you can see, no orange. And it's not overpowering, but all that little darkness that I had in that corner is gone. And it's just me doing a little more concealer. I am going to go ahead and start with contour. So I'm going to take my concealer down the bridge of my nose. I'm going to make 3 lines. My forehead. A touch on the very tip of my nose, because we're contouring, y'all. We're making our features defined. I'm going to do a little bit on the corners of my mouth. Just brightening it up. A little bit here. Now you all will see that when I go back in with this contour, I'm going in with the color Latte. The Chromafusion contour speaks to me. So I'm going to use this eye color brush. Now don't be mad at me, y'all, because I always use this brush set, but it was limited edition. However, y'all could still find brushes. They're just not going to be this cute pink. Sorry, not sorry. I got it. Y'all slept on it. So I'm going to go in with my Chromafusion contour and Latte, and I'm going to go just above that line I made on the side of my face. And I'm going to go in a little heavy, because usually date night is a darker place, darker setting. You definitely want to be able to see this contour. I'm going to go in on the sides of my forehead. And if you have a hairstyle like similar to this, because I'm not going to put as much of this contour over here because I got to swoop, you just use a little bit, but you can always alter your makeup. Your hair doesn't have to stop you from having that glow. Then I'm going to go ahead on this side and do the same thing. And really I'm just carving out my cheekbones. And bring it up just a touch, because you do want to give that angle. This is all about creating shadows to accentuate your face. I'm going to go back in with this blender. Now you always blend out the lighter parts of your makeup first, because once you go dark, it's going to be really hard to go back into that light stuff without making it look muddy. So for my cheeks, I'm blending, patting, and rubbing down just a touch. And downward, because I want this to be very much so lots of coverage. And I got such a harsh line, you want to make sure that you blend it out well. Oh, how y'all let me forget to finish contouring my nose? So I'm going to take the edge of this eyebrow brush. I use this for like concealer underneath my eyebrows, but I will also use this for my contour. Of course, clean your brush in between, but like for the finer places like my nose. So I am just making my nose a little more pointy, and then I'm going to round off the tip. Do a little darkness to make a bubble, because I like a little button, little pointy nose. Okay. And if you're anything like me and you like a little drama sometimes, you could drag that contour on the nose up to right pretty much underneath your eyebrow, all the way in here. And now I'm going to go ahead and finish blending out all of that light contour. The nose is very, very simple.
And can you tell them why you want to contour the nose as well?
So I feel like when I contour and I want it to be dramatic, I want to make sure that I am incorporating all aspects of my face. So I don't want to contour all of this and leave the very center of my face with no shadows. The entire point of this is to create the look of angles and shadows, which really accentuates your high points in your face and just overall enhances your features. I like my nose, so I contour it to bring a little more attention to it, pretty much. And if you don't like your nose, even better. You can pretty much change the way that people perceive the shape of your nose based off of how you add the contour and the highlight. Again, it's all a play on what shadows look like on the human face. And if you can change how light reflects off of your face, you can change how people perceive it. So sometimes you always say, oh, it looks like that celebrity got a nose job. But a couple days later, it look a little different. So I don't know. It's just because their makeup artist contoured their nose to look a little bit better, a little more snatched, a little more buttony, whatever they feel will best suit their face.
Thank you for that.
And please feel free to ask any questions. I'm here, and y'all just here with me.
And now you're putting the foundation and you're using that, and you got a little contour on your forehead too, left at the top. So
I'm getting there.
okay.
So we got the matte 3D foundation. I am the color beige into 10 right now. Everybody has their winter color and their summer color. This is my winter color. And I'm just going to take a little bit. I put it on the back of my hand. I like to control how much foundation I'm putting on. I'm not really big on coating the skin because I believe that you should let your pores breathe. But you just want to make sure that you're doing enough to conceal. Because as you can see, my contour is still pretty deep. It's still pretty deep on these. I started blending it out, but because I'm going in with a little foundation, I'm going to be able to make sure that I really make it all match. So,
And one thing there, so for the different skin tones, tell them how they would contour, because like, you and I are very light. So if they have a
right.
darker complexion or if they have a lighter complexion, like what, how many shades down do they go?
So the general rule of thumb is for concealer, you want to go at least one shade, but usually about two.
Okay.
And then for the contour, you want it to be at least about 3 shades darker for like drama. I feel like this is about 3 or 4 shades for me. I like depth. And also I know how to play on it. This is what Latte looks like for me. Somebody who's a shade darker than me can also use Latte. It just depends on your undertones. And just what you like, how you like your makeup to look. So feel free to play around, ladies. Don't feel like you're stuck to that rule of thumb. Find what works for you.
You definitely have to play in makeup. That's for certain. Okay, we'll make you big again.
So when I start with the makeup on my sponge like this, I start in an area that I haven't contoured because I don't want to directly put all that foundation and cover up all this hard work from all that contouring I just did. So I start like here, mid-cheek, right? And I blend that concealer that I had earlier with a little more foundation. I go around the lips and I make all of this match. Touch more, but not enough to like be like a puddle. And then you start to blend towards the cheek, towards where you had that line, where I put that line of that Latte Chromafusion contour. And as you all can see, it's becoming much more natural now. So this just looks like I have a pretty chiseled face. It doesn't look super thick, super heavy. Ladies, do not forget your ears and your neck when you're putting on foundation. That's like the biggest dead giveaway that you have on makeup. And when you're going for something dramatic, like yes, people will know you have makeup, but you don't want them to be able to see the lines of where it starts. It's not a mask. It's enhancing your beauty. So.
And why are you patting? You keep doing a patting motion.
Patting because rubbing, one, it can kind of break up how the makeup lays on your face. And two, when you rub and drag stuff across your face, that creates wrinkles. And it's just pretty much damaging to your skin. So even when you're washing your face, try to be a little more gentle. Like when you dry your face, I don't like rub a towel on my face. I pat dry. So all of this is like preservation of the skin. And when you pat in the product, you get a more concentrated look as opposed to like, I'll show you all an example on my hand. Patting looks like that, right? as opposed to dragging looking like this. Very streaky, not as consistent. But you see, this is pretty consistent where I pat it. So you're distributing the makeup better that way. So
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
or
And we actually have the big blending sponges like that in black. And then for a limited time, we had those little minis, which I love the little mini blending sponges. So your consultant might still have some of those. They're like travel size and tiny. I wish I had some in front of me, but I don't got my makeup bag here. But I love that. But yeah, I just did. People a lot of times don't know why they should, like, okay, I use everything she used, but why does mine look different than how she did it? Well, it's probably because of how you're applying it, right? Did you actually pat like she's patting, or did you just, kind of swoop it across? And so I think that's a pivotal thing to know in our makeup journey.
all right, don't feel scared to move your face around. I'm clearly moving my nose to get into this crease because I don't want there to be a difference in where the makeup is. So it's your face, move it around. And I'm just getting all in that crease. And I'm taking a little last bit. And honestly, I didn't use much foundation at all, which is another really good thing about putting a little bit on your hand, because you don't want to waste any foundation. And that way, if you need more, you can add just a touch more and go from there, because I don't want to waste a drop of this product. So I'm blending down my chin and my neck, because this will make sure that when you take photos, you don't have that like ghost face. So now I'm going to go in with the translucent powder. I'm going to take one of those limited edition brushes, but feel free to use whatever. Actually, I'm going to go on with one of those limited edition mini sponges. This is a dry sponge. I only use this for applying my translucent powder, so it's always dry. But look how beautifully that goes on. So I'm doing this because this sets all those areas that I've contoured with the highlight at least, and makes it so where your makeup stays and it doesn't get too cakey.
And some people use translucent powder at the end of their look. What's the difference here?
So I like to do something called baking, which means that I'm going to let this sit here. It's going to absorb the oils from my skin, whatever oils may be in the makeup, and it's going to just help it last longer. So when you do it this way, I like to let my powder sit for usually at least 5 minutes. If I have more time, I'll let it, sit for longer. But this is part of my process because I'm going to leave this on my face for the next few steps of this makeup process. I need just a little bit more on my forehead. And all sides of the sponge are usable, ladies. So I use this for like bigger areas so I don't have to pat as many times. And yeah. So that's how I've applied my powder. I put it on all the places where I put highlight or the concealer, which would be my highlight in the contour. So now I'm going to start focusing on my eye. So I'm going to take a little more of that primer. Literally this much. You don't need that much at all. And I'm going to go and apply it on my eyelid, but I have to be a little careful because I still have on my mascara from earlier. So, if you mess up, that's okay. That's what we have the oil-free eye makeup remover for, or micellar water, which y'all know I love. Okay, so now that we've got our primer on, I've decided that I'm going to do a little bit of a darker look today. So I'm going to go in starting with the Sand Castle. That's this very light color right here. It's going to be my base on my eye, just so the other colors pop a little bit more. So I'm going to put this across my entire eye. I'm just trying to make sure that you get it even. So now that I've got that on there, I think I'm going to do, I'm pretty sure this is Emerald. Hold on, let me tell you all. This one I'm going to use is Emerald Noir. It's kind of hard to tell, but this is a green, sparkly green, a deep one. I really like that. And yeah, I didn't have this one. This was one I stole from my sister. So it's a little bit older. I'm pretty sure this is Trophy though, but it's kind of hard to see the name on the bottom. I'm pretty sure that's Trophy. So I have gotten this eye crease brush, and what I did was I took some finishing spray and I just sprayed it on the brush. I took like a regular cotton swab. You could do this with tissue, paper towel, whatever, it doesn't matter. I pinch and pull to create a like sharper line because I want to do something very crisp and clean with this green. So I want this to almost be like a eyeliner almost. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna just make a V. The top line of this V is gonna come further than the bottom line, but it's almost like the start of a smoky eye. The difference about how I'm gonna do this look is that I'm not going to blend a whole lot of this green because I want it to stay pigmented and just how it is. So then once I get the shape that I like, I just pat in a little more product and make sure that that color is a little bit more even.
And it looks like you're doing like the sideways V shape kind of. Is that what that is?
Yep, it's almost like the start of what like a
Smoky eye.
eye would be. But again, the difference between those two is that I'm not going to blend this green as much as I would if I were going to make it a smoky eye. So this green is going to be very like this. It's going to be very to itself. I want this to be like the main focus. I'm just going to repeat on the other side.
And you can do that with any dark color, right?
Yep, it doesn't even have to be a dark color, honestly, because this is not a smoky eye. This is just a look where I want to have a fun look and play with some colors.
Okay.
So you could do it. It'll be your darkest shade that you're going to use, though. So if you're using pink and purple, this is going to be the purple. The purple is the more overpowering shade, unless it's like a super hot pink and you have a super light purple for whatever reason. And like I said, the top of that V shape is going to come further into the eye than the bottom of it does, if that makes sense. So it's going to stop about mid-pupil as opposed to where the bottom line stops just as my eye, my iris starts. So, and ladies, trust the process. You will look crazy for a while you're doing your makeup. That's okay. My boyfriend frequently asks me, like, what are you doing? And why do you look like that?
It does look a little scary when you're doing all the different shades of the foundation and the contour.
Yeah, it can look a little bit clown-like, but trust the process. You will get there.
And the point of baking with the translucent powder that you have on is so that your highlight shows up more predominantly or stays on longer or
Yep. So all of the above.
okay.
The baking with the translucent powder helps soak up some of the oils that are in your skin, and that may still be like a little bit unnecessary from the makeup. Everybody's skin makeup is a little bit different, so what may be a perfectly fine or matte to you may still be oily to someone else, and so that translucent powder just kind of cuts out from that shine, and it keeps it from caking up, especially under your eye where it creases and folds together a lot, because that is a problem. It starts to look like you have makeup slathered on your face when you have that creasing and you can see where your makeup is just like rolling off of your face. So this helps prevent a lot of that, which is why I try to bake for so long. This is still going to sit here while I finish the eye. So then I'm going to go in with my eye blender, And I think I'm going to go with Trophy, like we said, that silver color right here. And that's gonna go pretty much everywhere else this green is not. Be very careful. And this is similar to how we did the foundation after the contour, or how we were blending out the contour in the highlight. So you want to make sure that you get the color all on the inner corner first and in the middle before you start working it back to the green, because you will start blending it, if that makes sense. So you want to do the least amount of blending that you can, because this is supposed to be a dramatic look. So once I start working this back into the green, I'm literally going to pat and turn my brush, because I don't want to have a lot of green on it. So as you all can see, I'm starting to bring some of the silver in. And then this is super controversial, because I'm going to go in with some gold too. And everybody's like, you can't do silver and gold together. Why not? Very inner corner, gold. And then I'm going to drag that gold up in a line to meet the top line of the green, if that makes sense. So, and this is actually very similar to a look I did for my graduation. Okay. I'm starting to like that, guys. Again, trust the process. It will come together. I'm going to... This gold is super pigmented. Let me tell you all the name of this one. Hold on one second. Let me get it out of my palette. This is Shiny Penny. It's like a copper almost, I guess. Inner corner. And drag it up. Now I'm going to clean this tip. I use the tip of my eyebrow brush, because it is a really helpful, this little brush right here is super helpful for like those nitty gritty corners and stuff for any type of makeup, honestly. So I keep I don't like using the brush cleaner and putting it right back on my face, so I'll use a little bit of a makeup remover just while I'm doing my makeup. And then at the end I use the Mary Kay brush cleaner to clean all my brushes. So yeah, I'm going to use this, since I just cleaned it, I'm going to go ahead and go in with that Trophy again and get a little more defined in the center. I want you to clearly see that it's gold and silver. So this right here, this middle point where the gold, green, and silver meet, is where I'm going to blend. That is pretty much the only blending that the green should get. Right in that center. It makes it look way more cohesive. And it makes way more sense. So this is the look so far. I'm going to finish the other side. And again, feel free to ask any questions you all may have. I am an open book when it comes to this makeup thing. So, now that I've done that, we've got eyes. I am going to take this eye color brush. I don't really use it for eye color as much anymore. But I always wipe off my brushes before I use them, because the last thing you want is to have accidentally used a brush in something dark and then try to use it on your face. Like, you're going to be so mad at yourself. I'm blowing off the excess powder that was still on this, because I'm going to use it to start gently, very lightly, gently rubbing my powder off.
And Jennifer says, loving this. Ah, you're giving people good
Thanks.
tips.
I hope so. This is like one of my favorite pastimes, like doing my makeup. So clearly the powder is still very, very white. So I'm gonna go in with this. Which kind of brush is this? This is one of the fluffy eye color brushes. And I'm gonna take this because it's a clean brush. And I'm gonna dust the rest of this powder off. Always look up, ladies, when you're doing your under eye because you do not want to drag anything extra under there, and you want to make sure that you're getting in those creases that fold when you look down. And even still, after this, you know, it'll always be just a little bit dusty. No worries. You got makeup finishing spray. That's going to take care of that, like, powdery look. So, this is going to be my first layer. And so you see how that takes care of a lot of the powdery look, that, you know, ghostly white thing. You don't have to worry about that. As long as you're pairing your translucent powder or your setting powder with your finishing spray, and with your finishing spray going after the powder, you shouldn't have to worry about it looking dusty. So, we're almost done. I'm going to go with just a little bit of blush. I'm going to use that same brush that I used to dust off my powder. And I'm just going to do... Oh, and by the way, this is Rosy Nude Chromafusion blush. It's one of my favorites. So you can smile and see where the point in your cheek is, but always drop it before you put the makeup on, because you're not going to be smiling 24/7. If you apply makeup while you're doing this, it'll always look like, when you drop it, it'll just look like a little ball of color right there, instead of being well blended and highlight and accentuate your face. So I always dust a little bit on the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and my chin, just where I did like that setting powder, because you want to bring a little bit of life back into your face. But I don't do too much with the blush because I'm not super heavy on it, unless like I'm really going for a like full look. But this is date night. We want to look a little more serious than that.
And now you're going to put on your lipstick. The time goes by so fast.
Yes, ma'am. I've got my Roma red, but actually I think I'm going to do my Puerto Mitrello. Miratello.
Girl, what you reading the Spanish part?
No, that's the name of the...
Oh, Puro. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, that's the name of the color. It's the one. So my lips are already lined from earlier in the day. I do that with my eyebrow liner because I like symmetry and colors to be the same.
But you could also use a lip liner that matches whatever color you choose to do on your lips. And truthfully, you could do a nude lip with that. You could do, like you're doing, that dark purple. If you wanted to do a lighter purple, like the one I have on now, which is Mystic Plum, or like you said, if you want to pop it with that red, all of it could have worked. So it's just whatever rocks your boat, whatever color makes you feel powerful and strong for your date night with your boo, whether you're married or you are dating to find that significant other. You want to be able to transform the makeup. Okay, we're going to zoom in on you, and then I'm going to, we have a couple more things to show you all. We'll talk about the upcoming events.
Okay. So we've added that beautiful lip color, and now I would be date night ready after just a little bit of highlight because we covered it up from what I had earlier. So, final touch. And then I'll take my finger and add a little bit under the arch of my eyebrow and on the tip of my nose. And you finish it off with a little bit more makeup finishing spray. Y'all, I'm running low, I know. Okay. And this is it.
So beautiful. Look, I know you can't hear them clapping. I know they clapping like, yes. I see we got a comment. She says, pretty, pretty, pretty. And if y'all have any questions, you can type them in the comment section. We'll be sure to answer those before we get out of here. But okay, if you want to recap anything that you did with your makeup.
Sure. So we started from going to work this morning with a very basic makeup to transforming it to date night. So we went ahead, we added more primer. We contoured with our Chromafusion contour and our perfecting concealer. My color is light beige. I did that on the bridge of my nose. I did my cheeks, my forehead, and a little bit under eye. We did a little bit of color correcting in the very beginning because I had some mascara that had just kind of wandered down from me rubbing at my eyes.
Rosy says, yeah.
Yeah. We went ahead and we used the Canary Diamond highlighter. I love this so much. And then we also used our lovely eyeshadows. I did Emerald Noir, Trophy, and Sandcastle. Sandcastle was my base. Then I also used, this is Shiny Penny, which is like a copper goldish color. And I did that. And who says you can't use gold and silver together? So I finished it off with our Puerto lipstick, and this is my final look.
Thank you, thank you. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. And so, last but definitely not least, I have a couple more things to share with you all. As you know, and Tech, whenever you're ready, I'll just go through the flyers fast here as we're coming up on a few minutes before the end of our show. So we got upcoming events, y'all. Save the date, save the date, save the date. So on the fourth Monday of the month, November 28th, we got the dynamic duo, Andrea and Stephanie. And they're going to be showing us some makeup tips there. Then we got Holiday Glam with Angela Marinelle. And then we have the New Year's Eve, I think, is the next one that we have coming up. So the second and fourth Mondays, and that one is with the lovely Dana Davis Armstead. And so make sure you tune in. Make sure you invite guests so that it can be full circle for you. And right now, we have so many things. And Tech, if you just put the flyers up, I'll go through them real fast. But we have so many opportunities. The other flyers, thank you. New Year's Eve is on December 26th. Yep, I couldn't, that's gonna be a New Year's Eve look. So a little bit, day after Christmas actually. So most people will be home anyway and have a little fun. But we have new jewelry that's out, and so I want to make sure to show you all the jewelry. Yes, these are the diamonds you can earn for free from Mary Kay. I always wear one of my diamond rings I earn for quarter sales, and I've earned a couple, and I love that our business rewards you with diamonds. And right now there's a special going where you can get started with Mary Kay for just $30, and you can earn your own free diamonds if you want, or your own free car. And so we want you to know that for $30 you can get an entire Mary Kay virtual business. And so that is a big deal, and we can go to those flyers too, Tech, whenever you're ready for the business opportunity. And so it's a $30 holly, y'all. And that is truly a blessing to be able to do, especially with the holidays right before the end of the tax season. You can get some tax write-offs, you can make some extra money for the holidays, whether you celebrate Christmas or not. And that was last month's. They had a special for $20 as well that we can do. And so if you want a full kit, the full kit's normally $100, but they were doing some specials. So talk to your independent beauty consultants and see what works best for you. And if you want to do in person and virtual, hey, do them both. And I always say, just give it a try. You never know what is in store. And I I want to show y'all the cars before we get out of here. And so we'll run the car flyer and ticker when we get a chance. But in Medicare, you do have the ability to earn the use of free cars now. Oh, yes, this is the cutest little flyer here. I just love the Barbie doll. It's like it's the little girl in me. Maybe because I'm having a baby girl. I don't know. But this was too cute not to show. And so $130 for the full kit and $30 for the E-Star kit. This month. And so that full kit, I mean, it comes with over, almost $500 worth of products and materials. So literally everything you need right away to demo the product on yourself, to actually, use the product. And $30 gets you a website and ProPay so that you can process credit cards right from your website. You literally have a virtual business and you're a consultant all in one. And we have that in Spanish too. So we'll show that for a second here as well. And then we got to show our cars and we'll get out of here. Many people always have heard of the pink Cadillac, but we got more than just the pink Cadillac, y'all. We actually have cars that you can earn as a consultant. And so we have the Grand Achiever car, which it can be earned as a consultant, and you can start to get a target for your car with just 5 people on your team. And that's the Chevy Malibu. And then we have the Equinox as we're building up to the Premier Club, which is a director car. And as you see, the Grand Achiever car, the Chevy Malibu is silver, the Premier Club is black, and then the pink Cadillac. And our Nationals get the pink Escalade. And we love that you can actually take the car and they pay a good portion of your insurance, or you can get the cash option and use that cash for yourself, for your savings, for a vacation, for Christmas, whatever you want to use it for. And so I, as always, am so grateful that you all tuned in. We're going to thank our guest, Moani Bay, this evening. And she didn't already start taking off her makeup. You going to bed, girl.
But I got it.
You're supposed to leave it on so we can see the final look again, girl.
Makeup the
makeup remover is everything. Okay, that's the little
Right.
mini version of our makeup remover. It is the #1 eye makeup remover of all times. But
come through natural skin.
listen, thank you so much for being on and showing us and demoing that beautiful look. And for those of you who want to go back, remember this is a video, so you can stop and pause and play and go through it yourself and practice. And that way you have like a little tutorial in your home. And we appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate you sharing this live video with others. And if you are watching the replay, you go ahead and put #replay later on. And I didn't see any guest comments tonight, and sometimes they get a little shy, but it's okay. And for next week, make sure you invite guests, so this is worth your time. And you can share this in your Facebook groups for my consultants and directors that watch the show as well, so that way you can give them a little makeup tutorial too. And so I hope you all have a fantastic Monday evening, and I am so excited. And we shall see you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, y'all. 2 weeks, we'll see you. And so you all have a fantastic evening. Good night.
Good night, guys.
Thank you.